Hello everybody, Big Planes here. Now before I dive too deep into this video on Concorde, I would like to give a shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. So thank you to everybody over on Patreon who helps to support this channel. It really means a lot when you donate over on Patreon, so I will leave a link in the description below if that's something you want to go do, if you want to go support on Patreon. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description below, and let's get to Concorde, because that's why you clicked on this video, right? So yeah, a lot of progress since you last saw it. Now, I'm going to try to go over everything. There has been progress all the way from the nose all the way back to the tail in the Afterburners. I finally figured those things out. And so yeah, I'm going to start with what I started with, which was actually back here. So I will get to the functioning Droop Snoot soon, but that's at the end of the video. So if you want to see this thing work, you got to wait till the end of the video. So I'm going to come over here and you can see that, yay, we got the Afterburners in, and they are the eyelid thrust reversers slash Afterburners, and they are in. And I did put those brick stuff lights in there like I showed you in the last video, and yeah, I mean, I think they turned out pretty good. Now they do function, so you can see here that this is in there in the open position like this. You can see they're on that side as well, and when they close them, they look like this. So I'm going to close it, just goes like this, sort of slides inwards, and then this one right here sort of slides in and down like that. There you go. So that's what they look like when they're in normal position, and that's what they look like in the thrust reverser position. You can tell that from this angle. You can see the canals are close. You can still kind of see a little bit bleed through there, but over here you can see that they are open right there. That's for the thrust reversers. So those designs took a long time to get. It was harder than you would actually think, because the mechanism where these things have to split apart, it has to sort of bend down like this and then fold inwards, because it wouldn't fit in any other way. But we did get it to work, finally, after many attempts at trying to get a functioning afterburner going on. We finally were able to do it. So that's how those work. You can see the engines from the bottom are pretty much just pretty basic, and I will actually, they're not in there yet, but I will try to get the flaps on the bottom of the engine, and so I do plan on getting those. I got a lot of comments on the last video saying I should add those, so I will. And speaking of comments on the last video, these Elevons do all function now, and they're much stronger. I reinforced them, so you can see that they do fold into the upward position like so, and yeah, they work fairly well. I mean, this side, they use a double hinge mechanism with battle droid arms, so that's what makes them be able to be in so many positions. You can see, as with Elevons, they also can move in the upwards position like this, and I'm just going to keep them in the sort of in-flight neutral position now, in the retracted position. And yeah, so that's what those look like. And something else that I do want to mention is almost all the doors are in. So we have a door up back here, a door, yes, right here, and also a door up here up front. So that's what's going on there. And something else I did actually get some work on. So let's just make a list here. We got the Afterburners, and I finished off the wing. The wing is done on the bottom now too. So if I were to show you the bottom, I already kind of did, but the bottom's done. The nose, we're gonna get to that in a minute, but the tail, I also got this together, so it's not a prototype anymore. This is actually what the tail looks like. Now, I am still cleaning up sort of like this area back here and stuff, but yeah, this is what the tail looks like. It's not printed, it's all brick built. I've tried to keep it brick built because, well, most people can't print stuff. So yeah, now, I know you guys are all wondering, and you want to see the nose, so I'm going to show you that right now. So there's still a few areas that obviously are not done. I'm still tweaking this thing. This thing is going to need to get tweaked for a long time, because it is really sort of delicate. I mean, it's not delicate in the sense of it's fragile. It's just, if anything were to move just a little bit, it'll look completely off. So every little angle has to be correct. Every little thing here and there has to be right. And I actually feel like I'm pretty close. So, and yeah, before we get to the functioning, this green cone here is temporary. This will all be, not pointing my camera at it. This is temporary. This will be replaced in white, obviously. And I'm still sort of cleaning up some of the messier bits around here. But yeah, so let me show you how this works. This does function in a pretty basic way. There's a curve slope right here that can be removed like this. That will get added on later. Then there is a tile that gets removed from the bottom first, like so. Right? It's a bit of a process, but, you know, whatever. And then the whole thing just sort of slides out and droops down. So this is sort of the base, and this comes down to like that. This is sort of the basic position. It's right now it can only really do one position, but that's because I put friction joints in there, so it wouldn't bend too far down. But yeah, that's what this looks like right now. Obviously, it's still a work in progress because it's still nowhere near completion. But that's what I've come up with the Droop Snoot for now. So I do think that it actually came out pretty well. It's actually a bit sturdier than you think. And before you guys go all crazy, it's like, oh, but is there an interior? Yes, there is an interior. So that's how the Droop Snoot works. Is this windshield up in the front here can actually move up and down. Again, there are some parts that I need to replace for the correct color. So you can see there's some gray parts in there. There's obviously this, and I'm still cleaning up this area a little bit. But yeah, generally, I mean, I think it worked out fairly well. And this is one of those things where you got to get it right for it to look good, and I think we did pretty good. Another thing that's pretty cool is the interior. So I'm not going to really rip off the rest of the thing because I think you've already seen that. But up here, you can see that, oh, I'm going to open one of the doors right here, like that. And when you do that, oh no, there goes that, whatever. There's the interior. So you can see that there's all sorts of stuff going on in there. You can see I did get, it's not done yet, obviously. There's still some more stuff that is going in back here, and the interior still needs some work, but it's quite cramped. But you can see you can fit a pilot and co-pilot up there in the front. And focus. There are a couple of yokes and some controls and a couple of thrust things. I know they're thrust throttles. There should be more in there, I know. But again, this is very cramped, and I'm really thankful that we were even able to fit figures in here, because these heads barely clear the ceiling that fits on. So it's just one of those things where we got lucky, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior. You can see that obviously we are in a bit of a space crunch for a plane that's only, what, 9 studs wide? Yeah, this thing's an odd width in terms of the size of the fuselage. But you can see that the seating is 1-1, where I know in reality it should be 2-2. But yeah, there's still some more stuff that needs to go in here, and it looks like figures can sit in every single seat. So that's going to be really cool for playability and posability going into the future. And yeah, you can see the both doors do function. And one thing that I did make sure to do is this one is slightly offset from that one, the supplies door, wherever this is. I think this is the main entry door, but this one is offset, so I did notice that. And yeah, that's pretty much it on Concorde for now. Obviously, there's still a lot more that needs to happen between now and then before this thing is finished, and obviously a lot more optimizing before this thing is finished. But we're making some pretty good progress. So that's all I really have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be coming back for more, because there is certainly a lot more between Concorde and what comes next. So that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and bye for now.